Night beginning to fall over Southern California, but the lights are shining bright here at the spectacular SoFi Stadium in metropolitan Los Angeles. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Los Angeles Rams and their Southern California rivals, the Los Angeles Chargers. Here's the former Utah Ute Matt Gay to get this one started. And we are underway in Southern California. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Opening quarter, his opening carry of the game, and I think they'll give it to him a few more times, as they should.
You're exactly right about that. With that type of a run, you want to repeat it many times until they show signs of stopping it. I think he did his visualization exercise before this one, and they're paying off.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. Escaping the pressure right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Last play, they went over 20 yards. This time, they top 30. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now it's Herbert. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Chargers at 8-7, a game over 500 on the year. And they come into this one knowing it's been a while since they've had a W. They have dropped 4 in a row.
Let me tell you, when you go a month, partner, in this league, without a victory, it gets tough to come to work every day. And in addition, you start to wonder about your job security as well.
Steps away to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Williams, a man in motion right. Herbert back to the air. Dancing to his left. A high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
All in all, a pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well, so your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at the 34. Now Stafford. Man open. It's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Slot man moves right. Now the first carry for Cam Akers. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
On first down, they'll stay with Akers on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you can have in that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
From the gun, here's Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Stafford. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They're guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 41-yard line. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a first down.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Here's Stafford. That's out to the flat for Akers. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. The Rams, they are on the move. They've got another first down.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Now a first down throw. Stafford. Akers back-to-back catches. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
Now a 2nd down and 6. Back to throw, Stafford. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
It's been offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. To the air again, Stafford. And it's caught. Touchdown, Rams. Tyler Higbee, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Rams are able to answer the early 3 points and take a 1st quarter lead.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. No return here for Carter, and this will be a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. It's Eckler again. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
On 1st down, it's Herbert. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Herbert on 1st down now. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. Out of the gun, Herbert. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Leonard Floyd has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. So 3rd down, and defensively the Rams have added 2 extra DBs. Back to throw here, Herbert. Going deep here for Allen. And this will be incomplete. Both players with a shot at it that time, but neither coming away with it.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback. But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. He'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. First time that they've called his number tonight, and it gets him a first down. Stafford. And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be second down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Stafford's throw, it's complete into the hands of Higbee. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Now a throw here to his running back. Now he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The Rams, they are on the move. They've got another first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
25 yards that time.
Well, that certainly has to feel good, and it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Again, it's Stafford. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Allen Robinson. His first touchdown on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball, because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And Carter deciding not to bring this one out. The Charger drive about to get going. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. And they'll send the slot in motion left. On first down, Justin Herbert. He's got it to Williams. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Herbert now. Wide open. It's Allen, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 37 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. So 3 plays already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time, second and goal.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
Second down and goal. Herbert out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Touchdown! Austin Eckler from 4 yards out. And the Chargers have cut it back within a score.
As the offense went on the field to start their last drive, you know they discussed in the huddle, hey, if we put one in the end zone here, we've put ourselves in a position to start making a comeback.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And that makes it a 14-10 ball game. The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. Pulls it in at the 13. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
From the 30 on second down, Stafford, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. That's on the guard, David Edwards. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now Stafford. That'll be caught. It's Kupp. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. They get 14. I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Stafford on 3rd down. They'll check this down to Akers out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defense in front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. 3rd and long. It's Stafford. And that will be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get... All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Stafford going to give this to Akers. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. His 5th rushing touchdown on the year, number 7 overall. And the Rams will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Throwing left side, it's complete. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Jalen Guyton, as the first half is winding down. And the Chargers are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. And that'll be incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number one. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Stafford. That's into the hands of Akers, complete. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. On third down, here's a run by Akers. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. The final two quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This is taken just shy of the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
On first down, Stafford here. Going up top for Kupp, and it's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Chargers are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. That is a tough way to start the third quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Herbert. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down and 6. Now it's Stafford. And his throw here's incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. To throw is Stafford. Well, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by David Long. And the Chargers will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
Well, nursing such a small lead, you thought he'd take better care of the football after his last drive. Now for the 2nd straight possession, he's put all the pressure right back on his defense. They need to take a stand and hold that lead.
In motion right comes Allen. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
They'll find Williams on the slant.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Running on first down, Eckler. He finds some open field here.
Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
On the option, here's Eckler.
Room here to run. Touchdown, LA!
Austin Eckler with now 15 rushing touchdowns on the year. And the Chargers have taken the lead here in this third quarter. A pretty well-executed run. They were telling us yesterday, Charles, they were hoping to get everybody in sync, the line, the backs, and everybody looked in sync on that play.
They were in sync, and the field tilted. And that's where we get the term running downhill, because when you've got that kind of momentum and everyone's doing it properly as you just described, it does feel like they are coming from downhill to you as a defender, and that is really hard to stop.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
It's a short kick taken out beyond the 20.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Joey Bosa in on the stop. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
From the 50, it's Stafford.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
That's a nice job there knowing what his options are. He's out of the pocket to his left. And I thought maybe think about running with this one, but he uses his vision instead. Finds his man on the left sideline, and they convert on third down.
They'll run on first down with Akers. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
As quarterbacks like to do, he pushed it downfield on that throw. But I think that since he was outside the pocket and there was open space, it would have been a good time for his first carry of the game.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. Gay's kick is good, but now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. Well, they got the ball already. They're not going to risk the yardage and running another 4th down. They decline it.
And what was that they taught you in law school, that possession is 9/10 of the law?
I didn't go to law school.
Oh, you didn't? I thought you did. Well, I'm going to give that to you anyway. Possession is 9/10 of the law, and it's 9/10 of this game, too. Having the football counts.
You're so litigious.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Eluding the pressure right. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Herbert, quick pass out wide. And some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 39 yards there, a big one.
We have seen big plays from both quarterbacks throughout this game, and there's another one right there. Going back and forth, almost like two excellent guitar soloists trying to top each other with each additional play.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
Back to the air. Herbert on 2nd down.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused.
Must have.
It had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. Caught by Allen. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Herbert operating from the red zone. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game, that time unable to find the completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Herbert back to the air. Flushed out, and he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time has run out on this 3rd quarter of play. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Here's Herbert. Buying time to his left. Looking left side, and it's complete.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Hopkins' kick is good, and they have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Out of the end zone, it's Tutu Atwell. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game.
He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackled him for a loss.
Throwing again on second down. Stafford got a man. It's Higbee complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 22 yards there, a first down. Here's Stafford. Open man right side is Kupp, complete.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
They'll go with Akers here up the middle.
Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. The Rams, they are on the move. They've got another first down.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
The slot man in motion right.
A give up the middle to Akers.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on first and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead.
They'll run here with Akers.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on 2nd and goal. Now Stafford. Flush to his right. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Late in the game, he's certainly doing everything in his power to buy time for his guys to make a play. But in this case, he's surrounded, and all he has room to do is to get back to the line of scrimmage.
For the lead, here's 3rd and goal.
Throwing is Stafford. This will be caught at about the 6. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal.
All right, field goal gets you the lead here. I mean, but I might want to just go ahead and go for something big.
Oh, come on, you got to kick it.
I mean, you got to be glad I'm not the head coach here, right? The whole team would want to revolt at this point.
4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game.
Here we go on 4th. Stafford. He's got it. It's Higbee. Touchdown Rams. A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year.
And the Rams have taken a 4th quarter lead.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
The Charger drive about to get going. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. And even 100 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's going on.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Throwing, Herbert.
He's going to let it fly. It's caught inside the 25.
And he's going to be out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw as this play will stand as is. Herbert going to throw.
That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Chargers.
Mike Williams.
A 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter.
This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
Now Stafford on the move to his left. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up second.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Now it's Stafford. Throw right side, going to be caught by Higbee.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on third down. Stafford now to throw. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on first and goal. Trying to pound it in here with Michel. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the fourth.
I don't know how many more of these my heart can take, my man. I just don't know. Another big touchdown late in the game. They look like they're in control, but still, there's a chance. Block the extra point, go down and score, kick the extra point themselves. They can pull this one out.
Yeah, but also on the sideline that just took the lead, you got to get your defense ready and the special teams unit for the kickoff coming up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Got to pull everyone together and make sure they're still focused and aren't already celebrating a win.
Extra point by Gay is up and good, and they will take a 7-point lead. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Charger drive about to get going. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work. Well, I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a one-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
Allen, the man in motion right. Herbert. To Guyton. And he'll get out of bounds, so that stops the clock. As on one play, they're up close to midfield. 23 yards to pick up there.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there. Picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as the understand where they are on the field.
Herbert to throw. Oh, and the tackle comes quickly. That's only going to get him a couple.
Chargers going to use their third and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because He really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Forced out to his left.
On a bad time late for a poor throw. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Tavon Young. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working.
Well, things started off exciting. This one had a high-scoring first half, and nobody let their foot off the gas in the second half either, Charles. And, you know, for them, a really nice victory in a high-scoring output.
You're right about that because so many times we'll see teams come out slow and take a while to get going, and points become a little bit harder to score near the end of games, as we know, because everyone tightens down. But no such issues in this game. The scoring started right away and held up at a steady clip the remainder of the game.
So for the Rams,
they get a rare victory. They're 4th to go with their 12 losses.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.